Hello everybody, this is Pounding Rocks checking in for another Pathfinder pickup Ute Double Dare XL update. Just doing more plumbing. I ordered a bunch of silicone hose, pardon the mess, but I ordered some silicone hose, vacuum hose, and over there some coolant hose, because it's got good flexibility. Since not everything is where it originally was on either the engine or the truck, I figured it'd be easier to use flexible hose and just route it accordingly and just, use clamps where necessary. And I'm still missing a couple pieces. So this fitting here on this fancy chrome intake tube, which came with the original Pathfinder, and I liked it, so I decided to keep it. One hose is 1/2 inch, the other hose is 5/8. So the 5/8 hose is all set up. This fitting that's in here is kind of a piece of crap, because the tube is a piece of crap. It's an eBay thing. So I'm going to go through and probably do some sealant. You can see I can move this around. So there's going to be an air leak past the filter and past the mass airflow meter. That is not going to help the drivability. So I'm going to replace this fitting and that fitting with the proper sealed fittings, and I'm going to seal them in good so that it's not sucking any additional air past the MAF. But I don't have a 1/4 inch fitting, so this is kind of a placeholder dead spot. But this is coming off of the idle air control motor, which I showed you guys last time. That's underneath here. You can see it right there where that clamp is, and there's the motor itself right there. That is off the VG30, and all I have to do is splice in the wiring, which I was going to do today, but it's getting windy and crappy outside and the dogs want to go inside and hang out, so I figured why not just go inside, get back in my jammy J's and watch old movies from the 80s before this whole woke crap took over our lives and ruined everything. There's my demonetization, but I had to say it because if you didn't watch my video 2 videos ago about the state of the economy, you should go back and do that. It is very important that you guys understand exactly how horrible situations are right now. I mean, it hasn't gotten any better since the last time I mentioned it. And I'll probably make a little mention of it each time I make a new video, just because I want to see how bad it's gotten from the last video that I did. So if you bought some gold, congratulations. Gold went over $50, jumped $50 an ounce, over $50 an ounce on Thursday. Kind of leveled off there. So if you had bought any gold, congratulations. Silver skirted $23 an ounce. If you bought some silver, congratulations. If you bought some mining stocks, gold mining stocks have gone quite high because the COMEX and all the warehouses that hold, or all the vaults that hold gold, are pretty much out of gold because Eastern countries are cashing in. They're calling to bring their gold back to their country and all this other stuff. If you really want to know more, I would check out the Economic Ninja. I would watch Smart Silver Stacker. I would definitely watch Wealthion, the channel Wealthion. Holy moly, if you really want to get your mind blown. There's my PSA on keeping your finances in good order. Everything here that I've bought, these hoses, ran me about $50, shipped from Amazon. I did buy myself a little toy too, because Amazon Prime Days, this dashboard mounted power plug was $13 shipped, and if it's a piece of garbage, it was only $13. I'm not worried about that. So back to the truck. We have the coolant hose that goes all the way in the back. That's that fitting that I showed you guys the other day, that's residing all the way down there. That was quite fun. You're going to get pliers down there or anything to get I used the spring clamp because that's what they originally used, so I had spring clamps. Use that. Brought it all the way up to this point here. Once I get the upper and lower radiator hoses figured out, I can put coolant in this and fill it up and see how, if the see if the block is cracked, which Hopefully it isn't. Everything is very clean on this engine, and I didn't really detect anything that was mechanically problematic, so I'm just thinking we fill it up with coolant. If it does decide to run after I fix this fusible link setup over here, which I discussed in a previous video, I did replaced out one of the fusible links, and now I have power inside the cab, which I didn't have before. Excuse me. So it may run longer than 15 seconds. Who knows? So I'm kind of excited about that. But if it is going to run longer than that, I do want to have coolant in it. So if it's going to run, I might as well just let it warm up, let it go through all of its cycles and tests and everything like that, and then check it for codes again. That is pretty much it. So I did the vacuum lines. I just got to get an adapter. I want to get 2 adapters and get real adapters, or just replace this whole chrome piece in its entirety, because I would like to have something custom there, but it doesn't have to be a cheap piece of crap from eBay either, because I would really not want to shorten the life of this engine by allowing unfiltered air. And I know this is an AutoZone filter, so I'm already negating myself by saying that, but at least it is some kind of filter, but letting too much unfiltered air in. Other things I did, the charcoal canister is in place now. I stole this off of LaRouge. I went to the junkyard and I bought a bracket, a V6 bracket. Just so you know, the V6 and 4-cylinder evap canisters are different. The 4-cylinder is smaller and it is held on by a bolt, whereas the V6 is held on by a flip clamp. And I have the canister around here somewhere. The V6 one looks cooler, but it's going to do the same thing. You can see here it's got all the information on how to plumb it. So you can see that I've got the hose already connected to the manifold, but there is, if you look down below, which is hard to see, there is a hose down there that is not connected to anything. There it is right there. You can see it right next to the bundle of wires. That is the evap line coming from the fuel tank. So instead of running rubber hose up and over and everywhere and have rubber hoses going everywhere, I'm going to make a copper nickel line from there to roughly about here, and then I'm going to plumb in using this existing fuel line, which is here, so I can double the fuel line back. Sorry about the light. I can double the fuel line back, put it in the corner, and then plumb it all the way across and down, and I got evap, which is fine. There's no this is back when Nissan was smart. The canister is under the hood and there's no electronics involved in it. It is very simple. It is vacuum operated. They never failed. Other things I did is I kind of tidied up these relays a little bit. Got the inhibitor relay jumped and tied up out of the way here, and the washer jug, which, if you guys are interested in knowing, the the Pathfinder washer jug is exactly the same as this jug for the 2-wheel drive, except that there is a nipple fitting on the bottom that they do cast into both of them, but they cut the one for the Pathfinder open so they can have a second pump for the rear window. So if you cap that off, you can use a Pathfinder two pump system in there. All I did was transfer the bracketry over, so it only has one pump. Obviously it's not hooked up because there's no hood there, but this looked a lot better than the original one, which I don't even know where I put that. That's somewhere in this mess of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. If you guys like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. Give a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys later.